I've been involved with quite a few different rebrands, whether it be from, managing the pro line side of things, the CRM side of things, or I've overseen rebrands before, like with on the SEO side, on the social media side. It's so much work.
Yep.
And so it's like it's one of those things. It's like you don't want to go into it casually. You got to make sure that it is something that is necessary and that is required, and it's going to be worthwhile. But if you can get it right, it's so exciting and makes such a big impact. I'm really excited to see how this plays out for you.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think that it's going to be a huge deal. We're working with huge things is like we're going to work with Dima at SEO school, roofing school. He's going to write blog posts for us to really get kickstarted in 2024. And then we're working with Roof Quote Pro at Roofle, and we have access to the entire state of Georgia now. So if you live in Georgia, you can get a Roof Quote Pro from us, and an instant quote no matter where you live in Georgia. Still,
Go
I've got
straight into that Proline account, straight into the speed to lead,
yep, you're gonna get
immediate
it.
engagement.
That's right. All those things are really good. Like if you want to get an instant estimate, you can do that. If you want to go, it's going to go right into Proline, so our team's going to know immediately. And there's also going to be automated text that's going to reach out to you. So it's just a really really great time. I'm very excited about next year.
Is exciting stuff. Um, so talking about off season stuff. So I guess the big things that people tend to do in the off season is redo their website, rebrand, implement new software, right? I feel like that's the big three. There's lots of little things, right? But those are the
Sure.
big things. So you're doing the rebrand right now. Let me ask you this, like for not to not to not to go off on a tangent, but the for someone that's evaluating whether or not they need to rebrand their business, is there a list, a checklist you would recommend? It's like, hey, go through these things, because you were talking about rebranding for years,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least 3 or 4 years, and
it's
so
not
it's
something. Yeah, don't take it lightly. Don't rush through it in a weekend. It is something you really need to think about. You need to make sure that in the medium term, short term is probably going to be detrimental to you because people are not going to know who you are, and the internet,
so
Google's not going
short
to.
run rebranding is probably going to have a negative impact on
Yes,
your business.
almost certainly. I mean, it's just the way humans are, the way Google is. You need to be thinking, okay, in 6 months or 8 months, is this going to be, am I going to be in a better spot? And am I going to survive for those 6 or 8 months because no one's calling me and all that stuff? So it is you need to think about it a lot. Like Kick Charge is great. Dan Antonelli is awesome. Most people cannot afford $30,000 to $50,000 to do a rebrand. And even that is not necessarily going to prevent you from having that 3 to 6 month pain period of the rebrand from people and Google. So you just need to know that up front. Like it's not going to just magically give you more business. It's probably going to actually hurt you for a little bit.
Yeah, that's what
Uh,
I've seen when I've overseen the SEO transitions. Are you redoing the website again, or are you keeping the same website, just changing the branding?
so there's going to be some back end stuff. There's definitely some copy that's going to get changed. It's just a minor. It's about 10% of the cost, 20% of the cost of the website to
Yeah,
to change. We're not gonna. I mean, it's a really great Hook Agency built the website. It's awesome. They're just gonna go
did a great
through
job.
and make sure that it's everything's lining up from a human perspective and a Google perspective as well.
Tim totally did me dirty when he redid your site, because I did your first site. He was like comparing the two. I was
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what he does.
okay, all right. It was great when I made it. It got outdated. But yeah, regardless of that, I have to give it to Hook. They do a phenomenal job. Those sites are beautiful. And they do a great job of converting.
Yep.
But so would you say that you were grateful that you already have the site rebuilt and are now rebranding? or do you feel like it would have been possibly better to do that that at the same time, like rebrand and the site at the same time? Do you think there's like a better or worse strategy there now, like it kind of in retrospect?
So it takes at least 100 days at Hook, and most people it takes 100 to 120 days to build a website like Hook. Like this is not this is all it's a WordPress site, but they don't just use themes that WordPress has. They build each page and they really go through an actual process with you. So if I was sitting in October, November during a season, technically it could be okay if you started in October to launch a brand new website to rebrand. But I'm very thankful that we have the website right now. Like I'm super thankful that we have it all built out. The majority of the bones of it are there. We just need to change some of the appearance, some of the, like I said, some of the copy. And we'll continue to work on it. Like there's going to be some things that we add to it moving forward that are just going to be more complex. So I don't think there's necessarily a better or worse. I think you just got to have clear expectations that it's going to take 3 to 4 months to build a really good website that's really branded to you.
It seems to me that it would make the most sense though to, if you're not going to do them at the same time, which would be a lot, you should do the website